Meditation tip 285. Mini cults. Guys, try to notice today in your own experience that if you're living your life from your mind-created self, then you are basically living a life stuck in many mini cults, which are assembled by your beliefs, which are deeply ingrained thoughts, right? And this is how pretty much everybody on this planet is living, right? They're the ones that are consumed by their mind, which are pretty much most of the planet still. They're constantly living their life based from their cults that they're in, right? Because they've kind of made beliefs out of so many things as they've been growing up until now. They've joined many cults, right? And they have tons of them. And the problem is, it's not being a part of them, but once like another mind-created person comes and his cults are different than yours, especially many of them, then there's trouble, right? Because you think that your cults are better than his cults or her cults. And then all of a sudden, fights break out and you guys obviously disagree and you're so stuck in them that you don't notice that you're in your cults and they're in their cults. And those are just basically mind-created things that at the end of the day don't matter, because those are just false entities that you guys grew up with and are so stuck in that you can't let them go. But if you start disidentifying with your mind-created self, you start breaking away from these deeply ingrained beliefs, which aka your cults. And then all of a sudden, if someone comes along and his beliefs are totally different than yours, it doesn't bother you that whatever they say and they disagree with you, it's not the end of the world. You can let it go so easily because you know that they're not their cult and you're not your cult, and anything can happen because it's not the end of the world. But for a person who's deeply stuck in their mind-created self, they believe that. That's the problem. They're so stuck in it that if a person comes like that, they'll be willing to kill them, even if it's kind of like very strong belief. If they have a super kind of ingrained belief in themselves and another person comes and questions it, then sometimes they're willing to kill the person. And this is why we have this madness on the world, is because people are stuck in this. And we're basically stuck in so many cults that we think that ours are the best. And you have to start letting all that shit go, because that's just a game. And if you keep playing that game so seriously, then the world's going to be crazy, because people are obviously going to disagree, because there's so many different aspects to life, right? You can like this thing or like this thing, or agree with this thing and not with that thing, and like this person and that thing. So you have to start separating yourself from that a little bit so that you don't go crazy because you're so stuck in it. And that's the majority of the problem, is people are stuck and they don't see this. And if you can start noticing this, then people won't bother you anymore, because they can believe what they want to believe or join the cults that they want. and you're fine, okay? So try to start disidentifying with what you are not and start seeing beyond that stuff. And you can always go back to it. You can still like things and be a part of groups or whatever, but it's not like the end, basically. It's not, you're not so stuck in it that if someone kind of questions it, you're going to fight them because whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not you, so you're fine with it, right? But if a person is not, then they're going to do some crazy stuff sometimes. So try to really notice this today in your own experience and try to work on disidentifying with what you are not and letting go of these cults, because the world is mad and it's crazy, and living outside of that is so much more enjoyable. And so try to check that out today. Let me know how it goes. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this with people, and peace. Break out of your cults, okay? Please.